We're going through our seeds. We have some that are a few years old. We're trying to just get rid of them. And most of them probably won't grow, but some of them probably will.
Okay, that's my pile for planting. Right there.
What are we planting today?
Gonna try to put in the squash. There's 3 different types of squash. There's summer squash, then 2 varieties of winter squash and pumpkins. I need to finish putting in my pole beans, my cucumbers.
Just got the pole beans ready to plant. Janelle will probably plant those later. And Janelle is working hard.
Yep.
Getting the, what are you getting ready?
These are beets and leaf lettuce that actually, you can see they took down there, but nothing happened up here. So I'm getting this ready to replant.
We had a terribly dry last, about 3 weeks. So things didn't do too well. But we got some rain, and things are doing a little better now. There's a green darner dragonfly in our garden.
See those little holes I made? You're going to take a seed and drop it in each hole. Okay? Right here. See, there's a hole right there. Drop it in. Right there. Drop it in. And then take one more seed and put it in that hole. And then there's
I'm home from lunch and we're working on planting peppers. When you have an infant, you have to get a few minutes in here and there whenever you can. You work quickly, get the job done, and you do what you can do. And what are you doing there?
I'm putting a match in the hole.
And why are you doing that?
Well, I've done it for a long... Whoops, I got the paper. Sorry. I put a match in the hole because they say the peppers like the sulfur and it makes them grow bigger. And all I know is I used to not do that and I had absolutely horrible pepper plants, and then I started doing it and I have so many peppers. The plants are gorgeous and a lot of people comment how nice they look. So it must work.
You found a really cool spider.
Oh, it's a crabber.
It's a crab spider.
There you go.
Right there. Baby's crying up in the bedroom. That's a good thing because we're almost done planting our peppers. And Charity's helping to water, and the kiddos are all around helping in whatever way they can.
There's Daddy covering up a plant. And that's...
You know why you do this, Peter? You know why you put the paper around it?
Yeah, because the cutworms can't eat it.
Right, they can't figure out how to get around the paper. It's time for me to go back to work, but we got about 20-something pepper plants planted and a few other things. We have the hills ready to plant the cucumbers, and we have one on each side of our trellis, which obviously are old crib rails. And then in the middle, there's a lot of volunteer dill that came up from last year. We're just leaving it there. So we have cucumbers and dill and cucumbers. Of course, you can figure out what we're going to do with those. Janelle's planting cosmos. I have the trellis ready to plant the pole beans. I'm just ready to make a whole bunch of hills for our squash and our pumpkins. Pumpkins are going to go over here on the far side of the garden, and we're going to let them grow out of the garden. Otherwise, they take up too much space inside the garden. By the time they go out of the garden, the animals don't eat them because they're too big at that point. We're making our hills. We figured we'd put these in this year, let water through. Might keep out a few weeds. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't work, we'll pull them out.
Putting compost onto the mounds.
This will help them grow very well.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkins and squash are all ready to go. I used up all the compost in the last bin, and the way you do it is you take the compost and you toss it into that bin, and you take the one from that bin, toss it, and then you just keep doing that, and that helps turn it and helps it compost a lot better. When we first started doing compost, I was a little scared of it because you don't know what to do, but really the way I look at it now is you can't ruin compost. So you just do it, just give it a try, do it, and you can't hurt it. It's just rotten kitchen stuff.
I just got back from the library with Charity and I found a ton of really good books. I don't know if I'll have time to read all of them, but I'm going to show you what books I found.
This was on the new reading list, and this is a memoir from The Widow based on the American Sniper movie. And this just looked really interesting. I don't know how good it is or if I'll finish it, but that looked good.
And then this one also just came in and it says, a baby wants to be carried. Everything you need to know about baby carriers and the benefits of baby wearing. And I already, do some baby wearing, but I thought, hey, it looked interesting, at least browse through it. Then I'm looking for some Make Ahead freezer meal cookbooks. They didn't have a good selection, but I did find this one, Make It Ahead, the Dinner Time Survival Cookbook, and the Best Make Ahead Recipe. Sometimes I need fresh inspiration for cooking because I feel like I get in the same old rut of cooking everything. And the best place to go for inspiration is the library. They have shelves and shelves of cookbooks, and these were the ones that caught my attention. And I need some inspiration for dinner tonight, so I'm hoping these will help.
Peter found a nursery spider. And a nursery spider is one that carries her eggs around on her
The white
back.
thing is the eggs.
Uh-oh, she fell. There she is. She'll be okay there, just leave her alone. We transplanted these blueberry bushes 3 or 4 weeks ago. They weren't doing well over where they were because there's too much shade, so we put them here, and they're doing very well. So we decided to transplant 2 more blueberry bushes. There's one there, and there's one on the shovel that we're working on transplanting now. Oh, just a second, we have to straighten it out a little. There we go. Okay, there, now we'll push the dirt on it.
Oh, water that plant. Oh, water the blueberry.
Okay, you can water it.
I got to water my plant. Can I water now?
Go ahead. I got done working with the compost today, and it actually looks decent now. Before it looked really dumpy, but it looks pretty good now.